I seen it went from on the Super Bowl halftime show went from 10 million views that I seen on Apple to almost 45 million views or 35 million views or something like that within like a day. So obviously people are going back to watch it, because if that was the case, then nobody wouldn't have watched it. You know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, he already broke records off of it. So my thing is, for some of y'all, I get it. I get what Lamont is saying, but at the same time, like, bro, like, y'all acting as if like people were supposed to do exactly what y'all thought he was supposed to do. All right, man. Torture Talk After Hours. You know what it is. So today we're going to be checking in with Joe Buttons and them thoughts on the Super Bowl halftime show by Kendrick Lamar. So no more talking. Let's get it. Make sure you like, share, subscribe.
Loyalty. I mean, give me something.
Swimming pools.
Yeah, swimming pools, right. Something. Don't kill my vibe. Give me something.
Yeah.
And I think that it was, when I first saw the response from people on the internet, I was like, some of these people are just racist. Some of these people just don't want hip hop at the Super Bowl.
Right.
But then some people were legitimately like, yo, I like hip hop. I like music. I just don't know these songs. I feel iced out of it, and you shouldn't. I don't think you have to be a pop act to do this, but I think he made it more narrow than it needed to be, given his catalog.
I had some folks in my house at the party that were not hip hop heads that liked it though. So I mean, I don't think it was everybody. Like, you don't have to be a fucking hip hop head to have been like, oh, that was a dope performance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. I think a lot of y'all are just taking this overboard. I think a lot of y'all out here are now that everything has settled, and you see now you're gonna see the opinions change because he broke records. Now everybody's gonna change their opinion, because the thing is, people think that everything to them is garbage, and when they think it's to them is garbage, they think the whole world thinks like that. Everybody must think this is bad because I think it's bad. So since I think it's bad, then everybody must think it's bad. You know what I'm saying? People have such a narrow mind. And on top of that, if y'all so caught up in people playing their hits at the Super Bowl, right? That's what y'all caught up in. And for good reason, because that's basically what the Super Bowl has been. But I think that if it's a show, you should appreciate it for a show. I'm gonna lie. I didn't expect him to do his old hits anyway. Why would you want to do your old hits if you want your new album to sell? That doesn't make sense. Your old hits is already successful. The album's already successful. I would even say this album's successful too. But I don't know. I just think that a lot of people just be reaching just to see. But let's keep it going.
I thought it was beautiful. I guess I like the aesthetics. I like what he was doing. I like the symbolism. But again, I feel like I'm an insider to his world, and I just feel like people who aren't in that world, a lot of people felt locked out of it. That's the feedback I'm seeing from people.
And my thing is, why do you care, Lamont? Why do you care what other people feel about something? It's like y'all, again, it's like y'all always saying that, and then again, he is all about that type of stuff, so I can understand why he would say that. But for me, I don't care if everybody else liked it. I liked it. That's how I look at it. If it was fire to me, why does it matter if it was fire to you? I don't care. That's like a video game. People be like, "Oh, you like that game?" And I'd be like, "Yeah, I like it." Man, everybody say that joint trash, and I'd be like, "But you didn't play it?" No, I didn't play it. It's like, I thought it was fire. I played it a couple of times. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's how some of these people are.
Everybody at my crib loved it. They was going crazy.
Right.
But I just see a lot of people who didn't feel that way.
Like he got he got the GNX tour coming up.
Yeah.
If this is the way, of course.
And that's another thing too. I don't mean to keep stopping it, but I have to. He said that, everybody in his house loved it. But you always, but you saying that basically what you saying in so many words that white people didn't like it. But you always talking about how white people are so racist anyway. That's your big thing. You always saying white people are racist. Now all of a sudden you arguing that white people didn't like it. Well, according to you, white people are racist anyway. You even said that in the beginning. Some white people were just racist. Like I agree that some white people are racist. The ignorant ones who just don't like black people. Yeah, but maybe a good portion of them just didn't know what they were seeing. But at the same time, I think that they should do some research. But you don't care. So let's keep it going.
Will be more records, but if that entire set was played on the GNX tour, I'm gonna love it.
Yeah.
Just not Super Bowl.
Initially, I didn't like it, but then I realized that it was a message there. You know, when I went back and watched it, and I started to understand it, and it grew on me. I didn't like it initially. It was boring. I'm like, what is he doing?
I also understand owning a majority of the songs.
Yeah.
Doing that. Fuck the streams on my shit. It's going to be my shit.
It's about the message, though.
But Flip, let me ask you, do you want to be convinced or have to, like, be convinced to like it? You know what I mean? Like, it's one thing they listen to an album 5 times and you like, you know, I'm in love with it now. But a Super Bowl performance should feel like, when I watch Michael Jackson, when I watch Beyonce, when I watched, I mean, Indies, people say, yo, that shit was fire. If you got to watch it 10 times or 5 times to feel into it, I think that's different. And I didn't feel that. Again, I liked it.
Well, that wasn't the point, Lamar, and you know that. This guy is so smart, but he acts so stupid sometimes. Like, the point is, you already know that Kendrick Lamar is a layered person. He does what he wants to do. So if Kendrick Lamar does this Super Bowl halftime show, the reason why it's going to break a lot of records is because people are going to go back and keep watching it. I seen it on the Super Bowl halftime show went from 10 million views that I seen on Apple to almost 45 million views or 35 million views or something like that within like a day. So obviously people are going back to watch it, because if that was the case, then nobody wouldn't have watched it. You know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, he already broke records off of it. So my thing is, for some of y'all, I get it. I get what Lamont is saying, but at the same time, like, bro, like, y'all acting as if like people were supposed to do exactly what y'all thought he was supposed to do. He did 8 of his hits. 8. He had 13 minutes. You saying he should have did all these other hits. Why though? That doesn't fit the aesthetic of GNX and what's going on today. Why does he have to go back and play those? He did what he did what the Grand National Tour album should have done. That's in my opinion.
You're programming yourself.
Yeah, but we programmed to expect extravagant performance
for Super Bowl. Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, but nah, he take that, America.
It's an interesting take from you. Interesting take from you.
Say more.
The last part.
But another thing too that I noticed, that it was a show. Y'all, a lot of y'all acting as if, you know what it was? I'm gonna tell y'all what it was, especially for a lot of my conservative friends. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I got a lot of conservative friends. A lot of y'all just didn't like the message. Y'all hated the show. Y'all hate it because of the message. Y'all hate that type of messaging. Y'all hate the fact that a black man is being strong in his spot. Y'all can't stand it. Whether he's complaining or whether he's not complaining. Y'all just can't stand when a black man says something. Because he looks like a victim. That didn't look like a victim to me. And all of that choreography that they did, that was amazing. From the one street where everybody was on the street, it was one line, and you had the cameras there, and everybody's running around, bro. Come on, bro. It was an amazing show. I think a lot of y'all just didn't understand it, and I'll be honest with y'all, a lot of white America didn't understand it because they don't know what goes on in the inner cities. They see what they see on the news. That's about it. And the news don't tell you the truth. Y'all know this. Like, come on, bro. It was an amazing performance, man.
I'm shocked he said the last part. Why?
Because he was boycotting. So to now view it through the lens of what a Super Bowl performance traditionally is. And why do we view it that way? Because of the stage. And why is that stage that stage? Because of the viewership. Yeah, but who is the viewership?
Is it the people at the stadium, or is it the people watching?
The viewership is when you talk about that stage.
Yeah.
So I'm with Flip. I'm with Flip.
Yeah.
And I'm surprised. Well, Joe is a very how would I say this? he's a very complicated person to figure out. Sometimes you can't. Sometimes it's good to not try to figure Joe Budden out. Joe Budden is he moves in such a way where he is. He constantly keeps changing, and I don't say that in a bad way. I actually think that that's pretty good that you can't figure him out. I like that about him. It just speaks to his character. Sometimes he doesn't conform to just one thing. You know what I mean? Certain things I just don't like his take on, but for the most part, he definitely doesn't conform to just the ideology of something. And I kind of agree. I kind of knew he was going to come in and take this take because I stand. Well, let's just see what else he says. But I think what he's about to say is what I believe how I feel about it.
Take this hip hop.
Yeah, take that.
Hey. Yeah, listen. Hey, y'all, internet, y'all.
Real quick, sorry, Joe.
Get your bag.
It's like what Kanye did when he went for the relief. Remember when Kanye did on MTV? George Bush don't like black people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's even though that was crazy, but we didn't expect him to use the opportunity to say that. Mm-hmm. If you understand, like he showed us what he.
I said, man, I like Flip so much, man. I really do. Even though he be doing some wild stuff, he makes a lot of sense. And he is, to me, outside of Joe Budden's, he probably has the most rational mind out of all of them because he's one of those type of people. He looks at things from both sides. He don't just look at it from one side. I really like Flip. I know a lot of people hate Flip. I like Flip. I think that he is like one of those guys. To me, I'll be honest with y'all. If it was just Flip and Joe talking, I think that would be a better podcast. I like Melissa too. I ain't gonna lie. Melissa's very smart. I think she would be dope. But the other ones, I mean, they don't really need. Parks is cool. I like Parks, but all of them, they don't really need. But the dynamic between Joe and Flip, I think, would be a much better show, if you ask me. But then again, people wouldn't like that because you got to have Ice and Ish on there because Ice and Ish don't necessarily always agree with Joe. So maybe that's why the show is so great.
Thought about the current position that America is in. It's a whole message that I read between that.
I loved all of that.
And the position that he's in even see it like that.
Yes.
Right?
Like, but could you not have done that with Kill My Vibe?
That's what I was going to say. I mean, you could have done that with different songs.
You could do that with All Right.
Who are you to say that? And who are you to say that? Listen, I, much like y'all, hate the set list.
That's the only thing I hate.
Yeah, that's all I'm criticizing.
For me, that has to take a back seat because the story was greater than the set list.
Yeah. Agreed.
And I can't now come and tell the storyteller how to tell that story. Mm-hmm. I thought there was some songs that could have went even if he performed them at the other Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. That's me in my living room. The guy telling the story wants to tell it this way. It was bold. Mm-hmm. I think Black is bold. It was like the audacity. Uh-huh. I like when people have audacity. I do. I liked all the Sam Jackson, the American flag, the divided. What you were seeing visually was A1.
Yeah.
Yes.
Shorty.
That was exactly. And I said that in my last joint. Who are you to tell him how to do what he wants to do? Like, if he wants to tell it this way, people gotta understand. Sometimes you look at things, and I get this from a lot of people on certain sides. They look at things from a surface level point of view, and they never give us as Black people the benefit of the doubt when it comes to doing deeper thought things. It's like it's kind of like we looked at as we're complaining instead of us actually having a deep take on shit. And I hate the fact that a lot of people do that. So you telling me that I can't be deep about what I'm saying, but I have to listen to you being deep about what you're saying. It just doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't. But let's keep it going.
Who did because she did Rihanna shit looked phenomenal as well. Mm-hmm. Like, that's her bag, clearly. Visually, I'm sure nobody was disappointed. It was
stunning.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. With the choreography and yada. And Kendrick pulled out some dance moves.
Yeah, he did. I mean, it was just a little two-step. I wasn't mad.
Hey. Get it, nigga. Hey. All right. Tough to do that walking on your jeans.
With the bell bottoms on.
Take that from somebody who spent at least 15 years walking on the bottom of his jeans. Oh, he was dusty. I was a dusty little. That's tough to hit. Hey. Like, that set to me, I left the set with one question. And internet, y'all and your little gotcha. I was wrong. Y'all be so extra when I'm wrong. I was wrong. I did not believe.
Me neither.
That set list, like Mark said, the Super Bowl is for big stars and big hits. Mm-hmm. I too have been programmed. But for that near with that extra.
Bro, that's exactly what I'm saying. Like, why do y'all always have to feel like you have to conform to whatever? Like, who are you? Like, I see people really saying, like, nah, he was supposed to do this. It's like, well, no, he wasn't. He was supposed to do all of his hits. That's a traditional way of looking at it. But where does it say that he had to do that? And on top of that, he did, 13 joints or whatever? And he did nine hits. And it's like, okay, well, but ultimately what y'all saying is he didn't play the songs that white people know. That's basically what y'all saying. Whenever y'all say that the crowd wasn't moving, I look at it like, well, the majority of the crowd was white. And y'all looking at it from the point of view of he didn't play the songs that white people knew. And it's like, okay, so, but did you know the songs? Like, did you know the ones? And are you going to support it? It's like, again, I understand the critique, but at the same time, I'm like, why do you care though? Because you always saying that you don't care what white people think anyway. So now all of a sudden y'all care what white people think? Like, come on, bro.
Hip hop shit and not care what nobody thought about nothing. I still don't know if homie that was raising the flag
was part of it.
I don't know if that was part of it or if it wasn't part of it, which leads to my only question when I finished the Super Bowl. I said, man, is this an Israelite or not? Because that will totally change. I would have never said that last podcast if I know that Kendrick Lamar is an Israelite.
Well, he kind of said that on Damn.
Cool.
He's not, but he's influenced.
Israelite, listen, I'm as pro-black as they come. I'm with the blackity black.
I don't know if I don't know if Kendrick is an Israelite. He did allude to it on certain albums, but I don't know if he is. I'm not even gonna touch that because I don't know.
Black shit. And then you bump into some people like an Israelite and talk to them and see that there's a separation in you're black and they're black. Like, you be down with that shit. They be saying some shit. Yo, man, we need to do this. We need to change the currency and the ecosystem. Yeah, I'm with all that shit. And yeah, man, we need to just march in Memphis, and if we see a white person burning on the sidewalk, then we just don't do nothing. We just gonna keep marching right by him. We don't put no water on him. I was like, I'm not there in my blackness. I'm not there. But if I know that you there, it's like, oh, you'll go to the whitest of places and just do some black shit.
I think we putting too much into that.
That's what it looks like to me.
Because again, like I said when we discussed the track, the set list last time, if you watch the interview that he did with Ebro and Nadeska, he said, "Yo, I'm in."
Yeah, I agree. I think with Joe, I think Joe has a point about what he's saying. Like, it's different. Because I know a little bit about Israelites. It's different when you talk to an Israelite versus just a normal black Christian. It's totally different. So I understand exactly what he's saying.
If you take it there, I'm taking it further.
No, I'm not talking about that.
Yo, I love that running joke. Yo, he told him. All right, my bad for you.
He was.
Yeah, that was a pretty interesting one. And yeah, man, I definitely think that some of the stuff that we have seen from Kendrick at the Super Bowl is he been telling us this for the last couple of years. And he said it in the interview with Nadeska and Ebro. I mean, it's going to come out. I can't fake being black. And I think a lot of people hate that fact about him. You know what I mean? And I think a lot of people want to put Kendrick in this box that all the other artists is in. And I think that that's disgusting to do. Like, you want to say, oh, he's this, he's that, he's this, he's that. But then you always want people to think deeply about something. But when it comes to us as black people, you always want us to be surface level about whatever black people are going through or whatever how we feel. You got to be surface level for us. But everything else, you got to think deeply about it. It's like, it's stupid, man. But either way, thank y'all for joining me. I appreciate y'all, man. I'm out of here. See y'all. Peace. Bye.